Hello, and welcome back to Extracurricular Activities. Well, that was a fun encounter, right? With Deanna. She's a character, isn't she? Deanna was placed in their care for the time being, and Officer Gurr returned to you. Oh, yeah. Let me adjust the levels just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. We'll leave it there. That's fine.
Are you injured? You aren't injured, right? I didn't see any blood on you, so I assumed you were fine.
I am, but officer, I didn't do anything wrong. She found me in the closet and...
I'm fully aware of that. I heard most of the conversation through your phone, but she didn't know that yet. I don't think she's mentally stable, so I made sure she understood I believed her. How did she get cut though?
She did it herself. She said something like, maybe the officer can help me get rid of one problem. I think she was referring to me and trying to set me up.
I see. That makes sense, considering the rest of what I heard.
Here, maybe a little bit lower. Maybe it's just loud in my headphones, I don't know.
Let me undo those cuffs, and I'll need you to stay here for a little longer, alright? I need to start writing up a report and make sure everyone else is aware of the situation.
Sure. Your cuffs were undone and you were left alone in the car while he went to handle whatever else needed to be done. This isn't how I imagined my day going. Harold isn't gonna be happy about all of this either. From where you were, you could see Deanna being being treated, and then you go to see the meltdown as Officer Gurr handcuffed her and escorted her to another police car. Her soft, teary-eyed face turned into a twisted visage of hatred in an instant, and she put up a struggle while she was being escorted to another car. Dumb bitch deserves what she gets. You were shocked to see her thrashing so violently that it came as even more of a shock when she broke free and started to run. Officer Gurr drew a weapon from his belt and took aim. She didn't get far before something struck her and sent her to the ground, leaving her writhing around long enough to get subdued again. She was lifted from the ground and stuffed into a police car. Once it was driven off, Officer Gurr returned and released you. Did you shoot her?
I did. With my stun gun, at least. I wasn't about to chase her after she stomped on my foot and bit me. She's definitely a handful, and that's going to put her in more hot water.
Tell me about it. I'm glad you showed up when you did, otherwise, I don't know what she would have done.
Let's get down to the station, and you can go over everything with me there.
Do I have to go to the police station for that? Can't I just file a report while you were here, with you here?
You can, but are you sure you want to stay here alone? There's a broken window in the kitchen, and there's blood on the floor. You might feel more at ease with me.
I'll be okay. I need to make sure this mess is cleaned up, since I'd rather it not be there when Harold returns. Hearing about this whole ordeal is going to be hard enough on him already. He stares at you, then shrugs.
If that's what you want, okay. We'll just go back inside, and you can go over what all happened with me from the start.
All right. You went through the details of what happened, starting with you on hearing the window being shattered and up until he arrived on the scene.
I see. I heard most of the conversation on the phone, so I have no reason not to believe you. On top of that, Harold just installed security cameras, right?
Oh yeah, I bet we have footage of her on that.
I'll need a copy of the footage as soon as possible. After seeing her reaction from earlier, I have no doubt that she cut herself. They'll lift her prints from the knife, so as long as you ain't on there, it'll be obvious.
I've used some of the knives, the kitchen utensils before, but I don't think I've ever touched that knife.
Regardless, I think you're in the clear for that. There's something else I'd like to ask you. Why were you here alone? You don't live here, and Harold isn't here either.
Oh, Harold asked me to come by but, what? Come by and, be here when he got off from work. I, might as well tell you this too, since it might help. In case it wasn't clear, we're, in a relationship.
I figured as much already.
And, he's sort of my English teacher and my tennis coach. Yesterday, someone reported him to the university. The university dean for it. We suspected it was Deanna.
And that was one of the things she admitted to you, right?
Right. So today, we were trying to play it safe by not being seen together at school or outside of the school. And that's why I'm here without him. I have a house key that that he has had hidden for me, and I have a note from him too.
A note?
He slipped a note into my a school paper to tell me about coming over, since he said he left his phone here.
Okay. That note will be good to have, and I've recorded as much as I need for the police report. She'll be in jail for a little while for trespassing, breaking and entering, resisting arrest, and aggravated assault. And I strongly suggest pressing charges against her.
I want to press charges and file a protective order against her.
Good. For now, you can relax. She is in our custody, and you won't have to deal with her for a while. I need to head back to the station to file all of the paperwork, but I'll be in touch with you and Harold soon. I hadn't been able to get any contact with Deanna since I spoke with you both last week. But now things can start moving forward.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'll be off now. You know how to reach me if you need me.
Thank you, officer.
Take good care of that bear of yours, too.
I'll do my best.
I'm sure you will.
I gotta clean up the glass and make sure there isn't any blood on the floor. I don't want Harold to deal with any of that. He'll have to deal with the window already. I wonder if Richard could fix it. I'll wait until Harold is here so we can talk about it. For now, I guess I'll clean up, take a shower, and just wait for Harold to get here. Maybe I can relax a little. Harold will be here soon, I hope. I thought he would have been here already. I've been on edge ever since the police left, even knowing that they have Deanna locked up. I just want him to be here already. You sprawled out on the couch, and it was another 30 minutes before you heard the front door open, and Harold walked in. You wasted no time jumping up and lugging at him, wrapping your arms around him. He laughed and hugged you, rubbing his paws around your back.
I could get used to coming home to this every day. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I had to stop and get us dinner first. And the wait was longer than normal. I'm starved, so I hope you're ready to eat.
Oh man, I forgot you were bringing food home.
Let's go sit down and eat.
Let's sit in here and eat. I've got a couple of... I'll go get... a couple of plates. You take off your shoes and go ahead and relax.
Thanks, baby bear.
Here, I'll turn up the game audio just a little bit. I don't want him to see the window just yet. I'll let him eat dinner first, and then I'll tell him everything that happened. You got the plates and joined him on the couch, and he unloaded, food from a bag and spread it out over between the plates.
I'm so ready for this. My stomach has been growling for the last hour.
Then start eating. We can talk after you're done.
Gladly.
He wasted no time tearing into his food, inhaling his portion in just a matter of minutes while you barely touched yours.
I know that I ate mine quickly, but you've barely taken a bite. Are you feeling alright?
I'm just not that hungry. Today has been stressful.
How so? Were you worried about being seen with me? I felt guilty this morning when Spencer said you had been standing outside my classroom.
That's not what's on my mind. I mean, I didn't want to risk anything and get you in trouble, but that's been the last thing on my mind the past little while.
What's bothering you?
Well, come to the kitchen.
Okay. Watson! What happened to the door? Why is there a bag taped over it?
It was broken.
How? What happened while I was at work?
Deanna broke in while I was here.
What? What happened?
I was on the couch when I heard the window break, and when I came to see what it was, I saw her reaching through to unlock the door. So I went and hid in your closet to call the police. While I was in there, Deanna found me, and I guess she heard me on the phone. And she, had a knife in her hand.
You're not hurt, are you? She didn't hurt you, did she?
He put his paw on your cheek and began to look you over. No, she didn't.
What did she do?
We just talked until the officer showed up, and when he announced his presence, she cut her hand and started yelling about having trapped this burglar in the house. She tried to say I was the burglar and that I attacked her, but since I left my phone on the whole time, Officer Gurr heard most of the conversation.
What did you talk about?
Let's just tell him. What's the worst that can happen? What? Okay. She was here because she wanted to talk to you. She went on and on about you being sick and needing help, and how she was the only one that could help you. To her, bisexuality is a disease that can be cured, and in the end, she was expressing so much disgust towards you. Everything she said sounded so psychotic.
You don't think I'm sick, right?
Of course not, Harold. You have as much control over that as I have being gay. I don't think there's anything wrong with you at all, okay? Don't you start thinking that there's anything wrong with you either. Got it.
I got it.
On another note, she confessed to being the one that called the school... the school about us.
I knew it was her.
Anyway, Officer Gurr led her to believe that he believed her by handcuffing me and putting me into his car.
You were cuffed.
It was just an act to make her feel like she was in the clear. After her hand was treated, they arrested her and took her away. I gave the full story of what happened, and that's basically it right now. Officer Gurr said this was the first chance he's had to be in contact with her, so he can serve her with her restraining order.
Of all the days to leave my phone at home, I'm so glad you're okay. I couldn't live with myself if you got hurt.
I'm just a little shaken from the experience, but otherwise, I'm just fine. I'm going to get a protective order against her, but she'll be charged for breaking and entering and aggravated assault. I looked it up, and what she did is basically aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It's a felony, and she can face jail time, so I plan on pressing charges against her.
Is that really necessary?
Of course it's necessary, Harold. She threatened me with a knife. She could have seriously hurt me, and who knows what she would have done if you had been the one with her, here with her. She's broken into your house twice now, harassed me, harassed you, and it isn't going to stop unless something's done about it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry I spoke without thinking at all.
I know you still have feelings for her, Papa Bear, but she isn't mentally stable. Who knows? Maybe she can get some kind of psychiatric help and get her life back in order.
Maybe so. I'm sorry, Mr. Josh. Again, you're being put through such a mess because of me.
It's a total mess, but I don't blame you for it one bit though. You hugged him, and he rubbed his snoot against your head, sighing heavily.
I guess I need to have something done about this window.
I'll call Richard, and see if he might be able to help. Maybe he can handle it.
I'll be sure to pay him for his work too, if I can. Oh, if he can.
Why don't you go take a shower, and I'll give him a call and see what he can do for you. Then we'll just spend the rest of the evening being lazy. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Again, he hugged you tight and disappeared. Alright, let's give Richard a call. Richard picked up his phone after a couple of rings.
What's up, Mr. Josh?
Hey, we're in need of your services.
Whoa, You fellas decide you want a third for some extra fun?
Not those services. We need a handyman, and I wanted to see if you could help.
What's the issue?
The glass window on his back door has been broken, and I was wondering if there's something you can do to fix it.
I can fix it, depending on the type of door. Can you take a picture of it and send it to me?
I have it taped up with a bag right now, so it'll take me a minute.
Oh, if that's the case, don't worry about it. I'll tell you what, let me take a shower and I'll head back over there and take a look at it. It's something I can fix. I might be able to take care of it tonight.
Oh man, if you can do that, that would be great. Harold would really appreciate it. He said he'll pay you for it too.
Alright, I'll be there in about 40 minutes.
Cool, thanks Richard.
No problem, I'll be there soon.
See you then. Now that that's handled, I guess I'll just wait some more. Alright. All clear, and all clean and feeling better?
A little. I'm still a little bit out of it after all the news you gave me. You have room for a fat old bear on the couch with you.
Always. He flopped onto the couch beside you and laid with his head in your lap. So you ran your hand through his hair and rubbed his ears.
Are you really okay? You were basically held hostage by someone with a knife after she broke into my house. You weren't hurt physically, but how do you feel? An experience like that can be traumatizing.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay, Harold. It was a really tense moment, but everything turned out okay in the end. I wasn't hurt at the situation, and the situation was resolved. And really, it shouldn't be a problem anymore. So it's not something I'm going to let bother me.
You're really amazing, you know that. I don't think I could handle it the same way. I mean, look at me now. Just the thought of, what if something else happened to you? So many things could have gone wrong. It would have been all my fault. My stomach knots up just thinking about it.
Everything's fine, Papa Bear. I'm okay. Nothing really bad happened.
But what if?
There's no reason to think of what if, since it isn't. I'm here, unharmed, and you? With you, and that's what matters. His eyes had, his eyes had watered up, okay. And he was looking up at you.
I'm glad to have you with me.
You know, there's a positive side to all of this, too.
What's that?
Well, we know who called the school. And in turn, that also means we don't really have to worry about someone spying on us either.
Which means we don't have to be as secretive.
Right.
We should still be careful on campus, though.
And that's okay. We don't have to do, all the sneaking around.
True. Things can go on as normal.
Hopefully.
That is good, then.
That's the doorbell.
What now?
Oh, I bet it's Richard. I called him about the window, and he said he could look at it and maybe fix it tonight.
He didn't have to do that tonight. I'll put on some clothes, and you get to the door.
Sure. Though he might do the work for free if you answer the door like you are now.
I don't mind paying him. Get the door, and I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. You peeked for the, you peeked out the peephole before opening the door, and sure enough, it was Richard. Hey again, Richard. Thanks for coming by.
Hey, no problem. Where's the bear at?
He went to put on more clothes than just his underwear.
Not like I'd mind if he was just in his undies. This is his house, after all.
I wouldn't expect you to mind. Well, while he's getting dressed, I'll show you the window.
Sure thing.
You led Richard to the kitchen and took down the bag you had taped over the broken window. Alright, I'll actually end the part right here. So I'll see you around, everyone.